A very good morning to all my first year dear students of engineering. I would utilize this opportunity to extend a personal welcome to all the students to VVC family. I understand that after a break for about 4 to 5 months in your education, you are very curious, you are excited to pursue your higher education. Even when I joined engineering, I was in the same situation. I was very excited. I was curious to know what is there in engineering. I hope even you are at the same state of mind now. See, just by having curiosity or the excitement will not give you any success in higher education. Along with this curiosity and excitement, you need to have a highly focused mind during your 4 years of study, extremely committed to achieve something. With that focus and commitment, if you work hard, if you follow this mantra, I'm pretty sure each one of you will taste the success. You will have a highly rewarding career, highly rewarding future. And with this note, well, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. SUDEV, the Control of Examination. I'm basically a professor of mechanical engineering. I joined this institution in the year 1999, and I put in around 21 years of service in the same institution. Previously, for a couple of years, I was heading the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Followed by that, I took care of training and placement as a dean. Now, in view of being autonomous from this academic year, I have taken the charge as control of examinations. Now, as a control of examination, it is my responsibility to brief you on the regulations of the autonomous scheme. When I say regulations, regulations are the rules which should be followed to effectively and successfully implement any system or to run any system. Now, because we are autonomous from this academic year, we have that autonomy, we have that flexibility, we have the freedom to frame our syllabus, deliver it, freedom in delivering it, and we also have the freedom in conducting the examinations. Now, this freedom should not be misused. It should not be exercised at the whims and fancies of any autonomous institution. There is a certain framework, there are certain guidelines given by the universities which we need to follow. So in order to properly move in the right direction, we have come out with our own regulations to successfully implement the autonomous scheme. Now, these regulations have been framed in accordance with the guidelines given by VTU, Vishveshwaraya Technological University. In fact, we also refer to the regulations of various institutions before coming out with our own regulations. Now, that regulations, we call it as academic regulations governing the degree of undergraduate and postgraduate programs of VVCE. When I say undergraduate, it refers to BE program. When I say postgraduate, it refers to MTech and MBA programs, which we offer at our institution. These regulations, what we have framed, governs activities starting from admission to the award of degree. So we have around a 48-page document called as academic regulations. You can also look at this document, which is already posted in the website of our institution under the tab Autonomous. As I said earlier, it is very vast. It governs the admission process up to the award of degree. But in my session today, I would not be concentrating on all the clauses of the regulations. In fact, in the previous session, maybe in the first session of today, Dr. T.P. Sureka, Dean Academic Affairs, has briefed you about some of the regulations regarding admission process, registration process, change of branch, the requirement of attendance, change of college, such things. But this session mainly focuses on regulations regarding examination and evaluation. I said earlier, the document runs around 48 pages. I have been given 45 minutes of time. I would only focus on those important regulations which you need to understand before starting your classes. I would recommend, or I would suggest you to refer to that document as a future reading whenever you find time, which is already posted in the college website. Okay. So my focus is on regulations regarding examination and evaluation. Now, why are examinations conducted? You undergo a lot of courses. When I say course, I'm referring to a subject. Engineering physics is a course, but normally we call it as a subject. So you will have a bucket of courses in each semester. You undergo the course, but the level of knowledge that you have acquired, your competency or skill, your understanding of that subject will have to be tested. To test your understanding, we normally follow what is called as examination. So in autonomous scheme, we have two parts. We test you in two parts. The examinations or evaluation will be conducted in two parts. It would be called as sessional. In simple terms, I can also refer it to as continuous internal evaluation. The term continuous is because you would be tested, you would be evaluated in a short span of time in different sessions continuously throughout the semester. And that constitutes continuous internal evaluation. Again, at the end of the semester, we have a terminal. Terminal can also be called as semester end examinations. And the name suggests at the end of the semester, you will have one more examination. So in short, continuous internal evaluation, I would use the acronym CIE. Semester examination, henceforth, I would use the acronym SEE. SEE stands for semester examination. CIE stands for continuous internal evaluation. So you would be evaluated, you would be examined in two parts. One we call it as CIE, the other one we call it as SEE. Now, when you examine, you will have to be awarded some marks. Okay, so we have sessional marks. The first part, sessional, we have some sessional marks, and let me call it a CIE marks. And that amounts to maximum 50 marks. And you also have one more terminal, we call it as terminal marks or SEE marks, even that amounts to 50 marks. So if you observe, both the CIE and SEE has equal weightage. So any student cannot tend to neglect any of these two parts of examination. Both of them are equally important and would be conducted with equal vigor. Okay. Now, if you ask me a question, do we have CIE and SEE for all the courses? My answer is this. In your higher semester, you would be advised to take certain online courses. Those online courses will not have CIE and SEE. The reason being, when you register for an online course, you would register for the course offered by a premier institute like IITs or NPTEL. Some authenticated agencies would conduct these courses. So you would register to those courses offered by premier institutions. They conduct the evaluation, they conduct the examination, and they award you the marks. Because of that, for these online courses at the campus, at the college, we do not conduct any CIE and SEE. Whatever marks is allocated, whatever marks is awarded by the institution, premier institution, would be taken into consideration. We have certain courses like mandatory non-credit courses. Those courses do not have any credit, but it is mandatory that you need to complete that course for the award of degree. These mandatory non-credit courses, henceforth I would call it as MNC, referring to mandatory non-credit course. These MNCs will not have any semester examination, but they will have CIE. All credit courses, except the major project phase 1 and online courses, will have SEE. The reason why we do not have an SEE, semester examination, for major project phase 1, this major project phase 1, you would do it in 7th semester. So you will continue that course in 8th semester also as phase 2. Your semester end examination would be conducted after phase 2. At phase 1, after completion of phase 1, you will not have SEE because you wouldn't have completed the course at that point of time. For this reason, major project phase 1 will not have any SEE. And as I said earlier, online courses will also not have any SEE or CAE. Except this, all other credit courses, irrespective of the number of credits, it may be 1 credit, 2 credit, or 3 credit. These credit courses will have semester examination. Students are assessed in 2 parts, I said earlier. Now, how do we take into account the academic performance in any course? The academic performance of a student in any course is assessed by total marks. Now, what is the total marks? It is a sum of CAE marks plus SEE marks. Okay, whatever is scores in CAE and whatever is scores in SEE, these 2 marks would be clubbed together and we call it as the total marks, and the student's performance would be assessed based on the total marks. Now for all the credit courses, what is the total marks? Probably you know the answer. It is 100 marks because 50 marks is CAE, SE is 50 marks, total put together, it is for 100 marks, except in major project phase 1 and technical semester, which doesn't apply to you, it applies to PG students. In these courses, major project phase 1 and technical seminar of PG program, the total marks is only CAE marks because SEE would not be conducted for the reason which I mentioned a few minutes back. Now, what is the total marks for MNC courses? In MNC courses, because we do not conduct any SEE, the total marks based on which you assess the performance of a student is only CAE marks. The total marks in these courses would be 50. Now, with this background, let us look at the continuous internal evaluation. Let us understand how CIE is conducted, what are the major components, how are the marks distributed. Such things will be explained in next few minutes, in next few slides of mine. Now, let us first look at the CIE assessment pattern. We have a band of courses called as theory-based courses. For all these theory-based courses, the CIE assessment pattern is like this. We have 3 components. We assess you based on term tests. We assess you based on quizzes. We assess you based on an activity-based assessment. Now, how many tests do we conduct? 3. There is a star mark indicated. I'll let you know why that star mark is indicated there. Normally, for most of the courses, you will have 3 tests. And the weightage for the test is 60%. And these 3 tests, from the 3 tests, you will have a maximum of 30 marks. Quizzes, you will have 2 quizzes in a semester. The weightage for this tool is 20%, and the maximum marks allocated is 10 marks. Activity-based assessment, you will have 1 activity-based assessment in most of the courses. Again, weightage for that activity-based assessment is 20%, and the maximum marks is 10 again. If you look at the last column, 30 plus 10 plus 10, so the total marks is 50. So that 50 is distributed among the 3 components, term test, quizzes, and activity-based assessments. Whatever marks you score in these 3 components would be your final CIE marks. When are we doing it? As I said earlier, this is continuous internal evaluation. It will be spread across the whole semester. Maybe in the first month of your semester, you will have 1 test, you will have 1 quiz, followed by 1 test, again a quiz. So throughout the semester, you will have these assessment tools spread across uniformly so that you will have ample time to study, you will have ample time to perform. Okay. So in some of the courses, like communicative English and environmental studies of first year, there will be no quiz. Quiz would not be conducted, but you would have more weightage to activity-based assessment. That quiz weightage of 20% would be transferred to activity-based assessment, so that activity-based assessment will have 40% weightage there. So in such subject, test would be conducted for 30 marks and activity-based assessment would be conducted for 20 marks. So 30 plus 20 would be equal to 50. So that is regarding the communicative English and environmental studies. So this pattern would also be followed for certain courses in your higher semester. Let me not confuse you at this point of time. I'd only concentrate on what is required for your first year of engineering. As you progress, you will get to know for what type of courses, how many number of what are the components that are available, how many tests would be conducted. All these details would be deliberated by the concerned faculty in the first class of yours in that particular course. Now, few uncredit courses and mandatory non-credit courses will have only 2 tests. Rest all other courses will have 3 tests. Again, an example, environmental studies will have only 2 tests. English will have only 2 tests because the credit given to those courses is only 1 credit. We don't want to burden you with more number of assessments. So for those courses where the credits are less, we have the number of tests conducted are also less. Now let us understand how these tests are conducted. There are 3 tests or 2 tests. Let us see how these tests are conducted. If you have 3 tests, test 1, test 2, test 3. The syllabus for test 1 will be 2 modules. See, any course you will have 5 modules, 5 units to study. Okay, so the distribution of modules between 3 tests is indicated here. Test 1, you will have 2 modules. You will have to study for 2 modules. You will have to prepare for 2 modules and face the test for 30 marks. Test 2 again, you have to prepare for 2 modules and face the second test for 30 marks again. Test 3, towards the end of the semester, you will have only 1 module left out. You will have to prepare for that left out module, 1 module. You have to face that test for 15 marks. So if you just observe this, for every module, the weightage given is 15 marks. Okay, so totally the test would be conducted for 75 marks. And that would be reduced to 30 because the weightage given to test is only 30 marks. We conduct it for 75, then we bring it down to 30 marks. You also have 2 quizzes. Let us understand when these quizzes are conducted. How are these quizzes conducted? Quiz 1 will be before test 1. The syllabus for quiz 1 is 1 module. The first module, whatever you study, will be the syllabus for your quiz 1. And you would be assessed for 10 marks here. Quiz 2 would be conducted after test 1, but before test 2. Again, you would be assessed for 1 module in quiz 2. The maximum marks is 10 again. Okay, so in quiz 1, in test 1, I said earlier, there are 2 modules. Okay. Before test 1, after completion of 1 module, you will have to face a quiz. You have to take a quiz after completion of module 1. Then 2 modules are completed. You will take a test. And the 3rd module is completed. You will take a quiz after test 1. You will take a quiz when 3rd module is completed. The 4th module is completed. Then you will take test 2. Okay. Then the last module, you will have it. You will be assessed in the form of a test. You do not have a quiz there because the time gap between test 2 and test 3 would be very short. So we don't want to burden you again. We do not conduct any quiz in between 2nd test and 3rd test. But you will have 1 quiz before test 1, 1 quiz after test 1 and before test 2, no quiz after test 2 and before test 3. Okay. So you will be examined for 20 marks and that would be reduced to 10 marks because the weightage for the quiz is 10 marks. Apart from that, you also have activity-based assessment. In each and every course, you need to conduct an activity, and based on how well you do it, you would be assessed for 10 marks, and the rubrics for evaluation would be given by the concerned faculty in their first class of that particular course. They will brief you how this activity-based assessment would be measured. So this is regarding CIE pattern in theory-based courses. Now moving on to the laboratory-based courses. So we also have certain courses where you need to conduct certain laboratory classes here. For such laboratory-based courses, the assessment pattern is like this. You have 3 components again. One is the regular classwork that you do. Every week you would be going to laboratory, you'll be conducting certain experiments. How well you do it, how you write those records, what are the results that you obtain. Based on that, you would be assessed for 25 marks. The weightage is 50% here. And towards the end of the semester, you will have a lab test. Okay, so that will have 15 marks and the weightage is 30%. Apart from the regular experiments that you conduct, we have something called as open-ended experiments. In open-ended experiments, you will not be given what the result is. You'll be given only a problem statement. You will have to think a lot and come out with a solution for these experiments. How to do it, everything would be explained again. For such open-ended experiments, you will have 10 marks, and total put together, it is again 50 marks. This is a CAE for laboratory-based courses. Now again, there are 3 components: classwork, lab test, open-ended experiment. For all the courses, we might not have open-ended experiments. For all the courses, we might not have lab test. So for courses like social innovation and engineering exploration, which are conducted in first semester, there will be no lab test, there will be no open experiments. Here, 100% weightage is given to your classwork. Whatever you do in the class, you would be assessed, and the whole 50 marks would be awarded based on your classwork. Likewise, even in your higher semester, there are certain laboratory courses where you do not have open experiments. There are certain laboratory-based courses where you do not have lab test. In such courses, weightage would be given completely to classwork. The reason why I mentioned this social innovation engineering exploration courses here is these 2 courses you'll be studying in semester 1 or semester 2 in your first year of engineering. That is why specifically I have taken these 2 examples, but there are many such courses where the weightage would change depending upon the type of course that we conduct. Again, I would like to reiterate, whenever we begin a class, any subject, before we start teaching it, you would be briefed about the assessment pattern, how this particular subject would be assessed. Everything would be briefed to you in detail by the faculty members. You don't have to worry about that. CA assessment pattern in other courses like project and internship, which you do it in a higher semester. Let me not confuse you now. I would advise you to refer to the regulations document, which is already posted in the website. Now, I have explained you what is the assessment pattern for different types of courses. Okay. There is a question which says, what kind of activity-based assessment a student is supposed to do? What type of activity-based assessment would be given to a student? I made it very clear. In each and every course, the type of activity-based would differ. In one of the course, maybe you would be asked to give a presentation on a particular topic. In one of the course, you might be asked to survey something and present a report. In one course, you might be asked to do a very small mini project. So these activities would differ from course to course. But you would be briefed well in advance. What is it you need to do? How would you be examined? And you'll be given sufficient time before we evaluate you in that activity-based courses. Okay? So again, I will reiterate, before the beginning of any class, these details would be given by the respective course instructor. When I say course instructor, he is the faculty who teaches you a particular course. Okay? Hope I have cleared your doubt. Now, once we conduct the CAE, there is certain minimum marks that you need to obtain. There is a particular passing standard in CAE. Why is this minimum marks you need to obtain? Why do you need to obtain this passing standard CAE? To become eligible to write semester examination. To become eligible to write semester examination, you need to have, or you need to score 40% of your CAE marks. That is, in every course, you will have to obtain a minimum 20 out of 50 marks to become eligible for to write this semester examination of that particular course. But I told you earlier, in mandatory non-credit courses, there will be no semester examination. Okay. In such courses, if you obtain that minimum marks of 20 out of 50, in these mandatory non-credit courses, you would be considered to have completed that course and passed the course, because there is no semester examination for these mandatory non-credit courses. Now the question is, what if I don't get the minimum marks? What if minimum marks is not obtained? If I get only 18 out of 50, my marks of test plus quiz plus activity-based assessment, if I add all those 3 marks, if my marks fall below 20, say for example, if I score 18 out of 50, what next? You would be considered to have failed in that particular course if you do not obtain the minimum passing marks in that particular CAE. Okay, you have failed. What next? These courses in which you have failed, you will have to repeat the course in its entirety by re-registering to that course in supplementary semester. I would like to bring it to your notice that there is something called a supplementary semester in autonomous. More details about supplementary semester, I would give it later. Okay, So in supplementary semester, which is for a short period of time, which is only for 8 weeks, you will have to register for that course in which you have obtained lesser marks, study that subject once again, obtain the required minimum attendance, and again write the examination, obtain the minimum CIE marks, and then write the examination. So what I mean by repeating the courses, you have to re-register in supplementary semester, attend the classes, obtain the minimum attendance requirement, write the CIE once again, obtain minimum CIE, then you become eligible to write the semester examination or the final examinations. Now that is about the CIE, continuous interval evaluation. Let me move on to the next important assessment pattern. We call it as semester examination. In short, it is SCE. For what courses do we conduct SCE? I told you earlier, all credit courses except major project phase 1 and online course will have a CE, but all MNC, mandatory non-credit courses, will not have a CE. What is the maximum marks for which SCE is conducted? Look at this table. Theory courses, laboratory courses, internships, and project courses, SCE would be conducted for 100 marks. You'd be assessed in a duration of 3 hours. We conduct for 100 marks, but finally we reduce it to 50. But there are courses like languages, say for example, Kannada, communicative English, experiential learning and activity-based courses, like your engineering exploration, example of experiential learning, engineering exploration. In these courses, because the credit is very less, because the credit is only 1 credit, we examine you for just 50 marks. And whatever marks that you score would be awarded. But in the theory courses, all theory courses, laboratory courses, internships, and project courses, you'll be examined for 100 marks. If you score 88, that would be converted, you take the half of that, it would be converted as 44 out of 50. Okay. But we examine for 100, later reduce to 50. Now, what is the pattern of question paper? Differ for the other theory and laboratory courses. So we would very shortly circulate the model question paper, and before the semester begins, from time to time, we would be circulating the model question papers to all the students for all types of courses, and that would be a guideline for you to understand what would be the pattern of question paper in each subject or in each course. Now, what is the eligibility to take semester examination? Are all students eligible to take semester examination, or is there any chance where a student cannot take semester examination? The eligibility is like this. All students who have registered to the course and satisfy the attendance requirement in that course are eligible. If you do not have the minimum attendance requirement of 85%, then you will not become eligible to write the semester examination. In case if you have forgotten to register to a course, you are not eligible to take the semester examination. Okay, so any student who has registered to a course who meets the minimum attendance requirement would automatically become eligible to write semester examination. Number 2, the second eligibility, students who have obtained minimum CIE marks in a course is eligible to take a CIE. As I said earlier, if you fail to obtain that minimum CIE marks, if you fail to obtain that 20 out of 50 marks, then automatically you become ineligible to take up the semester examination. If you have not paid the fees, then you are not eligible. So students who have paid the prescribed fee are eligible. If there are any pending disciplinary action against a student from the college, by the college or university, such students who are against whom there is a disciplinary action pending, such students are not eligible to take semester examination. Okay. Let me take up a question. There is a question, it says, is it compulsory to learn Kannada? Yes, it is compulsory. As per the state government mandate, as per the university mandate, there is a course by name Kannada in your 3rd semester in the 2nd year of engineering, and it is mandatory for all the students to learn Kannada. Those students who are from the other states, you will have a different syllabus. You don't have to worry. You will not be taught the regular or the Kannada language in depth. You will have certain minimal things to learn about this language. Again, those students who are Kannadigas, who know this particular course, then you will have a different set of syllabus. You will learn the different set of syllabus. And one of the students has asked whether Sanskrit is not there. No, we don't teach Sanskrit in the technical engineering course. But as per the mandate of the state government, we will have to teach Kannada. Sanskrit is not included in our curriculum. Now, moving further, I explained you about passing standard in CIE. Likewise, there is also a passing standard in SEE. Even in semester examination, you need to obtain certain minimum marks. Let us see what is that minimum marks you need to obtain in semester examination. Again, in SEE, the minimum marks that you need to score to pass a subject is 20 out of 50. 40% of SEE marks will have to obtain. You have to obtain minimum 20 out of 50. Please note, certain courses we conduct examination for 100 marks. So for 100, you should have scored 40. When you reduce it to 50, it automatically turns out to be 20. Then you become eligible, or you said to have cleared that particular course in the semester examination. Now, what if minimum marks is not obtained? So let's say, for example, you fail to obtain the 20 marks out of 50. You get only 17, 16, 15, or something like that. What if if you do not obtain the minimum marks? Again, like CIE, if you do not obtain minimum SEE marks, you are considered to have failed in that particular course. What next? If you have failed, what next? Again, you have to repeat the course in its entirety by re-registering to that course in the supplementary semester. You will have to register for that particular course in supplementary semester, attend all the classes again, obtain the minimum attendance requirement of 85%, write the CIE, obtain minimum CIE, then again you become eligible to face the examination of this particular course. Keep this in mind, how difficult it is if you fail in a particular subject. It's not that easy. Okay, so I said earlier, you will have to meet a minimum attendance requirement and obtain minimum CIE marks. And there is one more question, will Kannada be only for semester 3? Yes, you will only have it in semester 3, and later you do not have any follow-up courses on Kannada. Again, one of you have asked, what about Hindi? Hindi is the national language. We would not teach Hindi here. It is assumed that all of us know at least certain basics of Hindi here. We being in technical program, you are in technical program, so we don't concentrate more on the languages here, but on regional language, as per the mandate of university, you will have to learn about Kannada. Okay, now, what is the passing standard in a course to award credit and a grade? See, I talked about two passing standards, passing standard in CIE, passing standard in SEE. Okay, now, what is the passing standard to award a credit? When do we consider that you have earned the credit? When do we award a grade to you? It is again based on the total marks that you secure. Total marks is CIE marks plus SEE marks. CIE marks and SEE marks put together should be more than 40%. Should be more than 40% of the total course marks. Then you are considered to have passed this particular course. You would be earning the credit. If you have passed mathematics, the credit given to mathematics is 4 credits. You would have considered to earn 4 credits. You would have considered to have earned that 4 credits. And grade would be given to you based on the performance, based on the marks that you score. So only those students who meet this passing standard will earn the credit for a course. If you do not meet this standard, then you would not be earning, you would not be awarded the required credits. Okay. So based on the total marks that you secure, so when I say marks, it is quantitative in nature. Total marks is CIE marks plus SEE marks. Say, for example, in CIE, you score 35 out of 50. In SEE, you score 40 out of 50. So your total marks is 75. Your total marks is 75. Your performance is assessed based on this total marks. That 75 is a number. It is quantitative in nature. But in choice-based credit system, we would not give you the marks. We will convert that marks into grades. We make qualitative assessment rather than quantitative assessment. Okay, so all the marks that you score would be converted into grades. How the grading system is based on the band of marks that you secure in the examination. So a letter grade would be given to you, grade A, grade B, grade C. This is a letter grade because we would grade you based on a letter, alphabet, A grade, B grade, C grade. That is why you call it as letter grade. Okay, this letter grade would be awarded based on the total marks that you score, and we follow absolute grading system. We have different grades like this: outstanding grade, denoted as S grade; excellent grade, denoted as A grade; very good grade, B grade; good, C; above average, D; poor, E; fail, F grade. Now, how do we give this grade? What type of students are considered to have secured S grade? What type of students are considered to have secured poor grade? Look at this grading system. There is a table which shows you how the grades are given. If your total marks is more than 90, then you are said to be outstanding. You would be given S grade. If your marks is between 80 to 89, a band of 10 marks here, 80 to 89, you are considered to be excellent. You would be given A grade. If your marks is between 70 to 79, very good, B grade. 60 to 69, good, C grade. 50 to 59, above average, D grade. 40 to 49, poor, E grade. You are considered to have passed, but performance is poor. The performance is poor. You would be given E grade. If your marks, total marks, falls below 40 in any case, you are considered to have failed in the subject and you would get F grade. And for each grade that you are awarded, you would be given certain grade points. If you secure S grade, you would get 10 points, grade points. A grade will fetch you 9 points. B grade, 8 points. C grade, 7 grade points. D grade, 6 grade points. E grade, 4 grade points. F grade, the points given to you is 0 because you are not passed that subject yet. So will not award you any grade points to you. So this is about the grading system that we follow. Please keep in mind, this grading system is based on the total marks. What is total marks? CIE marks plus SEE marks. You have to put together whatever marks that you score. Based on that, you would be awarded a suitable grade based on this table, in accordance with this table that I have projected on this slide here. Now, when do we award F grade? There are 4 cases where we award F grade. Let us look at what are those 4 cases. A student shall be awarded an F grade in any course in any of the following cases. A student who fails to secure minimum passing marks in CIE, if you do not get minimum 20 out of 50 in CIE, then you are considered to have obtained F grade. A student fails to secure minimum passing marks in SEE, in semester examination, again, if you do not score minimum 20 out of 50, you are considered to have failed. If a student is absent for the SEE, say for example, a student has a minimum CIE marks, he is eligible to write the semester examination, but for some reason, he is not able to write the semester examination. In such cases, student is considered to have failed again and you would be awarded F grade. Student fails to meet the minimum attendance requirement. A student who do not have a minimum of 85% of attendance, then again, you are not eligible to write the semester examination. You are considered to have failed. Those students would be given F grade again. So please remember, there are 4 cases, there are 4 situations in which we award F grade to a student. What next? A student who obtains F grade in a course, I keep repeating it, you will have to re-register for that course in the supplementary semester. All right. Now, before that, there are a few questions again. What is the use of grade points? Is it CGPA? No, grade points is the points that is allocated based on the grade that you obtained. From the grade points, we calculate CGPA. CGPA stands for cumulative grade point average. Say, for example, in first semester, you have 6 or 8 courses. For each course, you earn certain grade points. We add up all those grade points. We divide by number of credits. That will give you CGPA. In my next slides, I would explain, I will give you an illustration how CGPA can be calculated. But at this point of time, I would only say that grade points is the points that you fetch based on your performance. And based on these points, your performance would be assessed in terms of CGPA and SGPA according to a rule that I would explain it in my later stages. There is one more question which says, will test for Kannada also be conducted? Of course, every course, I said earlier, every course, irrespective of the type of course, whether it's mandatory, credit course, 1 credit course, 2 credit course, 3 credit course, all courses except online course will have CIE. Even for Kannada, we conduct continuous internal evaluation. Now, I spoke about the grades, S grade, A grade, B grade, C grade given to all the credit courses. But for mandatory non-credit courses, where there is no credit, we have a different grading pattern. In mandatory non-credit courses, if you obtain the minimum CIE marks, please note my statement, if you obtain the minimum CIE marks, because there is no SCE for mandatory non-credit course, if you obtain the minimum CIE marks, you are considered to have passed. So you will be given PP grade. Okay. In case if your marks in CIE is less than 20, in case if your marks is less than 20 in a mandatory non-credit course, then you are considered to have not passed grade, and we will award you NP grade. If you are awarded NP grade, you will have to complete that course. Again, you have to re-register it and complete that course. Okay. To award this grade, as I said earlier, the total marks is only CIE marks because no SCE would be conducted. A student who obtains PP grade, sorry, it should have been NP grade. A student who obtains NP grade shall re-register for the course and repeat it in supplementary semester, not PP. There's a mistake here. Any student who obtains NP grade, he will have to re-register for that course, repeat it in the supplementary semester, and pass that particular course by obtaining that minimum CIE marks. Now, apart from these grades, S2, F grade, PP grade, NP grade, we have something called as transitional grades. The word transitional is given because these are temporary grades. In between, somewhere in between, you are given a transitional grade. When do we give it? Let me explain it. What are those transitional grades? Let me explain it. There are 3 transitional grades that we award: I grade, W grade, and X grades. Okay, 3 transitional grades: I grade, W grade, X grade. Please remember, these are transitional. These are not the final grades. These are temporary grades. Awarded to in the middle. These transitional grades later would be converted into a letter grade like S, A, B, C, D, into a letter grade based on your performance. Let me explain what are these transitional grades now. I said earlier, these transitional grades are converted to an appropriate letter grade once the student completes the course requirements. To begin with, I grade is one transitional grade. I grade is temporarily awarded to a student who has the minimum attendance of 85% and who meets the minimum requirements in CIE, but remained absent for SCE for a valid reason and convincing reason acceptable to the college, like accident or severe illness leading to hospitalization, a calamity in the family at the time of SCE, which requires the student to be away from the college. In such situation, a student would be awarded I grade. Let me explain more on this. Say, for example, a student, he has the minimum attendance requirement. He has more than 85% of attendance. He has very good CIE also. He has more than 20 marks in CIE. He is eligible to write his semester examination. On the day of semester examination, say, for example, he meets the severe accident, not minor accidents. If he meets a severe accident, which makes him not able to come and write examination, in such valid reasons, you would be awarded I grade. If there's a calamity in your family at the time of SCE, which requires your presence there and you would not be able to attend the examination here, in such cases, you would be awarded I grade. Now, in such cases, to be awarded I grade, it is the responsibility of the student or the concerned parent or guardian to inform the controller of examination immediately through HOD or the mentor and apply for the award of A grade. Please note this point. Immediately at that point of time, the concerned person of the student or the student himself will have to inform the control of examination through the HOD or through your mentor, and you will have to apply for the award of I grade. Any applications requesting for the award of I grade received after the conduction of examination shall not be considered. We would consider that to be not genuine. So if there is a request received from a candidate after the conduction of examination, for such candidates, we will not be able to help, will not be able to award any I grade. Now, just by requesting, you will not get the I grade. You have to submit all the relevant evidences, hospital reports, police reports, if there are any, certificates from competent authorities, all the relevant reports in support of your claim for I grade will have to be submitted immediately or within a short span of time. After submitting it, as I said earlier, you would not be awarded as and when. There will be a committee consisting of principal, who is the chairman, control of examination, and deans. They will decide based on the case whether to award I grade or not by scrutinizing the evidences produced by the candidate, by looking at the genuinity of the case, then you would award I grade. In case if a student, if the I grade is awarded, if the I grade is accorded, if we give the permission for I grade, what is next? Such students will be allowed to write makeup examinations. So the conclusion is, if you meet those two requirements, attendance and minimum CIE, on the day of examination, if you are not able to write for a valid reason, the committee decides that that case is genuine, and if they decide to give you I grade, then those students will have to write examination will take up that exam in the makeup examination. Suppose if the committee decides not to give the I grade because it is not genuine, then what next? Automatically, you will be given F grade. You are considered to have failed. You are considered to have absent for the course. Absent for that particular course. You are absent for that semester examination. So when you are absent for semester examination, automatically you will get F grade. So all those students will have to re-register for the course in its entirety in supplementary semester. The second transitional grade is X grade. Let's look at what this X grade is. X grade is again temporarily awarded to a student who has attendance greater than or equal to 85%, who has a minimum attendance required, who meets that attendance requirement, who has a CIE more than 90%. Say, for example, out of 50, your marks is more than 45 in any of the course in CIE. But for some reason, you obtained less than 40% of marks, that minimum passing marks in SEE. For such students, X grade would be awarded. I'll repeat this once again. Any student who has a minimum attendance, who has a CIE marks, continuous internal evaluation marks of more than 90%, and that is more than 45, equal to 45 out of 50. But for some reason, if you have failed in the semester examination, if you do not obtain the minimum marks, then you would be awarded X grade. What next after X grade is awarded? If you are awarded X grade, such students can again write makeup examinations. Okay. Now, the third grade is W grade. What is W grade? Madam might have explained in the morning session that you can withdraw from your course. W grade is temporarily awarded to a student who has withdrawn from a course. Please note, if you withdraw from a course, in the grade card, we would mention that you withdrawn this particular course. What next after W grade is awarded? If you are awarded W grade, you are withdrawn from a course. You will have to re-register for that course in supplementary semester. Again, please note, you might have withdrawn the course. You will re-register it, study the subject once again, attend all the classes, minimum attendance, minimum CIE, write the semester examination, and obtain the required grade. If this by chance, if a student doesn't register, he has withdrawn it, but he doesn't register for supplementary semester, he doesn't appear for some supplementary semester examination, then the W grade would be automatically converted to an F grade. Student would have considered to have failed in a particular course. So this is about the grades. I spoke about different grades that are awarded based on the performance. I spoke about grades that are awarded for a mandatory non-credit course. I spoke about the three types of transitional grades, I grade, W grade, and X grade. Okay, now we'll move on to how academic performance can be evaluated. The academic performance of any student is indicated by two different indices. What are those two different indices? One is semester grade point average, SGPA. The other one is cumulative grade point average, CGPA. I know many of you have doubts on how CGPA is calculated, how SGPA is calculated, what is CGPA, what is SGPA. Probably will find answer to those questions in the next 2 or 3 slides that I would present it now. So I'll repeat once again. Any student's academic performance would be indicated by two different indices. One is semester grade point average, SGPA. The other one is cumulative grade point average, CGPA. There is a difference between SGPA and CGPA. Let us see what is the difference. I'll explain what is semester grade point average first. Semester grade point average is an indication of the student performance in a current semester. Say, for example, you are in first semester now, you have completed your first semester. After having completed your first semester, your performance in semester 1 would be indicated by SGPA. Okay. Going further, if you are in third semester, if you complete your third semester, then your performance from first semester up to third semester, your performance from first semester up to third semester would be indicated by cumulative grade point average, cumulative addition of all those three. In third semester, if you are in third semester, you will also have SGPA, or semester for that particular semester. For that particular semester, you will have semester grade point average. You will have SGPA. But you have completed 3 semesters now. What is the cumulative grade point that is given by SGPA? It is something like you complete semester 1. We might say that you have passed semester 1 with 75% of aggregate marks. But please note, we would not give you that percentage. Okay, we will indicate your performance instead of that 75%. We will indicate your performance in terms of semester grade point average, SGPA. Your SGPA might be 5.8, 8.9. It is for a maximum of 10 SGPA. How do we calculate? I'll let you know later. Now, after having completed third semester, 3 semesters, the average performance from first semester to third semester. Say, for example, in first semester, your average is 75. In second semester, your average is 85. In third semester, your average is 70%. So average of those 3 percentages of individual semesters might be something around 72 or 73. We don't indicate your performance based on the average percentage there. Again, the CGPA of first, second, third, all that would be considered, and you will be given. You would be rated based on the cumulative grade point average. Okay. At the end of third semester, what is your performance from first to third would be indicated in terms of CGPA. Your performance in a particular semester is indicated in terms of SGPA. Please note this difference. Now, how is SGPA calculated? There is a formula. The course credits, if you have 6 courses, each course will have different credits, multiplied by its respective grade points. Okay, sum of all those course credits and grade points divided by the total credits of that particular semester. Considering, this is important, considering all courses registered by the student in that semester, including courses with F grade, but excluding transitional grades. If you obtained any transitional grades while calculating SGPA, we exclude that. But if you have failed in a course while calculating SGPA, we include that. Okay, there again, I'll repeat, there's an illustration later in the next slide, you will understand it better. Credits for subjects with transitional grades will be taken into calculation of SGPA on their conversion to one of the letter grades. Say, for example, in one of the course, you would have got I grade or W grade. While calculating SGPA, we do not consider that course because it's a transitional grade. You are not completed that course yet. You would not, that particular course would not be considered for SGPA. Once you write it in supplementary semester exam, supplementary semester, complete that course, then obtain a suitable degree like A grade, B grade, C grade, then we include that performance of that particular course to calculate the CGPA or SGPA. Okay. Note, mandatory non-credit courses will not be accounted for the computation of SGPA. Mandatory non-credit course is a course which doesn't have any credit. Okay, there is no credit, but you need to complete that course for the award of degree. So for calculating your performance, like SGPA and CGPA, MNC courses would not be accounted for computation of SGPA or might be CGPA. I spoke about SGPA. Let me speak something on CGPA now. What is CGPA? I said earlier, it is an indication of the cumulative performance of the student from the first semester to the current semester. If you are in 5th semester now, from first semester to the 5th semester, what is the cumulative performance, average performance of all the semesters? That will be indicated by a term called as cumulative grade point average. I'll repeat once again, SGPA indicates your performance for a particular semester. CGPA indicates your performance as a cumulative performance from first semester up to the semester in which you have the current semester that you have completed. CGPA is courses registered by the student from the first semester up to the current semester. That is, CGPA is calculated similar to SGPA, but you would consider all the courses, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all the courses, credit points and grade points are multiplied, you sum it and divide it by the total credits from first semester to fifth semester. So while calculating this, we consider all the courses registered by the student until that semester, excluding those with F grade and transitional grades until that semester. Okay. Credits for subjects with transitional grades. If there is a transitional grade, credits of such subjects would be taken to calculation of CGPA once you have completed it and you are awarded a letter grade in the supplementary semester. Look at this table. This is a table which explains how SGPA is calculated and how CGPA is calculated. In semester 1, you have around 6 to 7 subjects, 20 math. This is only an illustration. The subject code will change. The subjects might change. This is only an illustration. This is only an example to make you understand how CGPA and SGPA is calculated. Okay, the code might change and the credits will also change. It's only an indicative table. There are around 7 subjects here in first semester, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7. The respective credits are written here. 1, 1 is for 4 credits, 1, 2 is for 4 credits, 1, 3, ELE 1, 3 is for 3 credits, 1, 5 is 3 credits. All the credits are given. The acquired or obtained grade is also written here. In 2011, in 20 Math 1-1, student would have acquired B grade. 20 PHY 1-2, student would have acquired W grade, which is a transitional grade. In 20 CIV 1-4, student has failed. He is given F grade. In other courses, he has A grade, D grade, E grade, and C grade. Okay. Based on the grade, there is a grade point. As I said earlier, you have a grade point for each grade. You will have certain grade points as per the table that I've shown here. So those grade points are written on the 5th column here. Then you multiply those grade points with credits. 8 into 4 is 32. 9 into 3 is 27. 0 into 3 is 0. 6 into 3 is 18. So the last column, you have the credit points. So the total credit points earned at the end of semester 1 is 92. Okay, what is credit points? Multiplication of credits and the grade points earned for that particular subject. And you sum up all those credit points, you have 92 as the credits that you have, 92 is the grade points that you have earned. Now, how do I calculate SGPA based on this? Look at the last column. SGPA is 92 divided by 16. 92 is the credit points divided by the total number of credits. What is the total number of credits here? 16. You might ask me a question, why 16? So totally you had 20 credits in first semester, but we are taking only 16 credits. Why only 16 credits? There is one course by name 20 PHY 1-2 for which you have been awarded the W grade, which is a transitional grade. While calculating SGPA, we do not consider that transitional grade. Okay, so 4 credits is eliminated, that is excluded, excluding 4 credit course for which W grade is awarded. So if you exclude that 4 credits, 20 minus 4 is 16 credits. 20 minus 4 is 16 credits. Okay, for 16 credits, we calculate SGPA. So 92 divided by 16, SGPA is 5.75. That is your academic performance at the end of semester 1. Your SGPA is 5.75 in a scale of 10, Okay, hope you understood this. Now, what is the CGPA at the end of first semester? After every semester, you will have that cumulative. At the end of first semester, what is the CGPA? CGPA, again, 92 credits earned, divided by 13 credits. By 13 credits, there is one more credit which you have failed, which you have not completed yet. For example, 20 CIV 1-4 has 3 credits. You obtained F grade. So that would not be considered for calculating CGPA. So what is the total credits considered? 20 minus 4 is 16. 16 minus 3 is 13. So total credits in the denominator is 13. So 92 divided by 13 is the CGPA is 7.07. CGPA 7.07. I'll repeat once again. While calculating SGPA, the total credits divided by the credits of those courses The credits of those courses, excluding for all the courses, excluding the course for which you have been awarded the transitional grade. 20 PHY12 you have been awarded a transitional grade. W, its credit is 4. So 20 minus 4 is 16 credits. For 16 credits, you have been calculated SGPA is 5.75. But when we are calculating CGPA, we also exclude that course in which you have failed. You had failed in 20 CIV14, F grade. Its credit is 3. So 16 minus 3, 13 credits. For 13 credits, we calculate your CGPA. 92 divided by 13, your CGPA 7.07. It is higher than your SGPA. Okay, now let us see. You progress to second semester now. You again study about 7 subjects, 20 Mat 2.1, 20 CH 2.2. Likewise, you study 7 subjects here. The credit for all the 7 subjects are noted down. You obtain certain grades. You obtain C grade in 21, B grade in 22, D grade in 23, E grade in 24, A grade in 25, F grade in 26. You fail in one more subject in second semester, and you obtain B grade in 27. The respective grade points are written in the next column. The grade points and credits are multiplied. The grade points and credit points are multiplied. So you get the grade points at 28, 4 into 7, 28, 8 into 4, 32. The grade points are written in the last column, last button column, and they are added. So totally, you have earned 125 credits in second semester. For the second semester, the performance indicated in terms of SGPA, semester grade point average. Let us see what is the SGPA for second semester. It is 125 divided by 20. By 20 year, all the courses are considered. There is no transitional grade. There is no transitional grade. Unlike first semester, there is no transitional grade in second semester. All the grades are considered. All the credits are considered. So 125 divided by 20. Your SGPA is 6.25. What is the CGPA at the end of second semester? It is cumulative. Cumulative grade points, right? First semester grade points plus second semester grade points. First semester grade points is 92. Second semester grade points is 125. In the numerator, divided by total credits. Please note, when we are calculating CGPA, we exclude courses in which you have failed. We exclude courses in which you have obtained transitional grades. So in the bottom, in the numerator, it is 13 plus 18 is equal to 13 credits of first semester, 18 credits of second semester. Out of 20, in one course you have failed. It's a 2 credit course. So the credits considered is 20 minus 2 is 18. So in the denominator, you have 13 plus 18 as the credits. For that, we calculate CGPA. It is 217 divided by 31. CGPA accounts to 7. Okay. Now, after these 2 main semesters, you will have to write a supplementary. You will have to attend a supplementary semester now. Okay. In supplementary semester, what do? Those subjects in which you have failed, those subjects in which you are withdrawn, you will appear for those subjects in supplementary semester. Okay. So you had in first semester you had withdrawn 20 PHY12, you appear for that. In first semester you had failed in 20 CIV14, you appear for that. In second semester you had failed in 20 SIL26, you will appear for that. Assuming that you pass in all those 3 subjects with a grade of E, you obtain E grade. E grade will fetch you 4 grade points. So those 4 grade points are written here. 4 grade points are written, sorry. Okay, the grade points multiplied by credits will fetch you credit points. Those credit points are written. So in supplementary semester, you have earned 36 credit points from 3 subjects. Let us see what is the SGPA for supplementary semester. It is 36 divided by 9. Total number of credits is 4 plus 3 plus 2. 4 plus 3 plus 2 is the total number of credits, 3 subjects. So divided by 9. 36 divided by 9, SGPA is 4. Now, you have completed your supplementary semester. Let us see what is the CGPA at the end of supplementary semester. At the end of first year, what is the CGPA? It is 92. The grade 16 plus 12. What is that 16 plus 12? In first semester, you had failed in 20 PHY. You had withdrawn 20 PHY12. You had failed in 20 CIV14, but you finished that, you completed that in supplementary semester, and you earned the grade points of 16 and 12 for those 2 courses. we add that 92 plus 16 plus 12, first semester credit points, plus 125 is the second semester credit. In second semester, you had failed in 20 SIL 26, but you completed that course in supplementary semester with a grade point of 8. So 125 plus 8. All these grade points are added, divided by the maximum credits is 40, all credits. 6.32. Likewise, in all the semesters, the CGPA and SGPA would be completed. I know it is very difficult to understand at the first instance of as you get accustomed to the system, you'll understand how these grade points are calculated. As I said earlier, this particular table is also available in the academic regulations document, which is posted on the website. At any point of time, you can go through this. Once you are academically assessed, at the end of each semester, you will be given a grade card, something like a marks card. We don't give you marks card here because we don't write the marks in your performance sheet. We will indicate the grades. That is why it is called as grade card. Okay, so grade card would be given in each semester. First semester, second semester. Grade card would also be given for the third semester, in supplementary semester. Grade card is issued to each student at the end of each semester after the announcement of the results. List of all the courses. See, this grade card will have the listing of all the courses registered by a student in the semester, together with their credits, the letter grades, the grade points, the SGPA, CGPA, everything would be mentioned. That table, whatever I had shown you earlier, same thing would reflect on the grade card. Okay. But the results of mandatory non-credit courses shall not be reflected in grade card because these mandatory non-credit courses do not have any credit, do not fetch you any credit points. So these mandatory non-credit courses, for these mandatory non-credit courses, you do not have a mention of such courses in the grade card. In case if you lose the grade card, you want a duplicate grade card. If you want to have a duplicate grade card, you will have to lodge a complaint in the jurisdictional police station for having lost the grade card, obtain a first information report, FIR, obtain an affidavit on a stamp paper duly signed by the notary, and that FIR, affidavit should be submitted to us. Only then you would get the grade card. Because all these are important documents, you know. You cannot simply claim, I want a duplicate grade card. If you have lost it for some reason, you'll have to follow this procedure. You'll have to go to police station, file a complaint, obtain a FIR, go to a notary, obtain affidavit from him. All those documents you'll have to submit it. So it is very important that you safeguard all these documents. You cannot be negligent with respect to these documents. Okay. In case if you require, after your graduation, if you want to have a consolidated grade card, a consolidated grade card can also be given to you at the end of the graduation. Okay, we have, I said there's a makeup examination. Who can write makeup examination? All students who have been awarded transitional grades, I and F grade, are eligible to write a makeup examination. But students who have F grade and W grade, you cannot write makeup examination. You will have to write the examination in the supplementary semester. To write makeup examination, you have to register in the office of COE by paying the prescribed fee. And an examination schedule will be given. According to that schedule, you will write the makeup examination. Please note, makeup examination would not be very light in nature. The standard of examination would be very similar to the regular examination that we conduct. With the same equal vigor, we conduct the makeup examination. So after writing the makeup examination, assuming that you obtain good marks based on your performance, a suitable letter grade, according to the table that I had shown you earlier, would be given, S to E grade. Suppose if you do not obtain the minimum marks in the makeup examination, again you are awarded F grade. By chance you are absent for makeup examination also, then you would be awarded F grade. One of you were asking what is supplementary semester. See, apart from the two regular semesters, art semester, event semester, we also have one more semester called a supplementary semester, which is for a period of 8 weeks. 8 weeks. It is a fast track semester. we conduct it for 8 weeks. Okay. Who should attend the supplementary semester? All students who had failed in a subject, who had withdrawn a course from a course, who had dropped a course, you can attend supplementary semester. Okay, what will you do in supplementary semester? Those students who have failed, who had withdrawn W grade, who had dropped a course, you are eligible to write a supplementary. You are eligible to attend a supplementary semester. So you will have to register for that supplementary semester by paying a prescribed fee. You have to register in respective department. You have to meet your faculty advisor or the mentor. You have to pay the fees and register for that supplementary semester. Registrations after the last date will not be considered. And you can register for those courses which are offered by the department at the end of even semester. The department will announce what are the courses for which the supplementary semester would be conducted. For what courses student can register. You have to look at that list which will be displayed in the notice board. Okay, if you have failed in any of the subject and that course is offered by the department, you can register for supplementary semester. Okay, and if the question is, how many courses can I register? Please note, you cannot register for all the courses. For example, you have failed in 8 courses. If you have failed in 8 courses, you cannot register for all the 8 courses. You can register for courses maximum of 14 credits or 4 courses, whichever is higher. You cannot register more than 4 courses, or you cannot register for courses more than 14 credits, whichever is higher. Okay, there is a limitation. You cannot register for all the courses in case if you have failed in 6 to 7 subjects. Okay. Attendance requirement: when you register for a supplementary semester, you will have to attend the classes, obtain the minimum attendance of 85%. You'll have to write CAE, you'll have to write SE in supplementary semester again, and that would be conducted according to the timetable that we give. And the standard of CAE and SEE in the supplementary semester is also same as that of the regular semester. And if you're absent to supplementary semester, you would be given F grade again. Okay, and you will have to re-register for such courses whenever it's offered by the department. Grades awarded based on your performance would be given S to E grade. If you do not obtain the minimum marks, you will be awarded F grade. Now looking at the evaluation process. We have a series of evaluation. The first evaluation would be coded script, evaluated by an examiner with very good experience. He will do the first evaluation. And out of those scripts, 10% of the scripts would go for moderation, review, that would be done by an external examiner. Only 10% of scripts would go in a class. Okay, so there are 2 evaluations now. First evaluation, the moderation, 2 marks. There are 2 marks here. Now, what marks do we consider is a question. Marks awarded after moderation is like this. The difference between the evaluator and the moderator marks is less than or equal to 10% total marks. Then marks awarded by the evaluator would be considered. Say, for example, the evaluator gives you 62 marks. Moderator gives you 68 marks. The difference is less than 10%. Whatever marks is awarded by the evaluator would be considered. Second case, the difference between the evaluator and moderator marks is more than 10%. Such scripts would be evaluated for the 3rd time. They would go for 3rd evaluation. An example, one of the first evaluation marks is 68. The moderation marks is 80 out of 100. So it is more than the 10%. In such cases, it would go for 3rd evaluation. 3rd evaluation will be done by a senior professor or an external examiner. After 3rd evaluation, the marks awarded is like this. The average marks of the nearest 2 evaluation marks are taken as final marks. Or if one of the 3 evaluation marks falls exactly midway between the other 2, then higher 2 evaluation marks are taken and the average of this is awarded as a final marks. Okay. And to maintain transparency, we also disclose answer books. Students can see the answer books. If you have any problem, if you're not satisfied with your marks that is being awarded, you can request for the answer books. Who can see? If you're not satisfied, you'll have to apply for it, pay the prescribed fees in the COE office, apply, and you can have a look at your answer booklet. You can have a look at the evaluation process. You can have a look at the marks awarded to each and every question that is being evaluated. Okay. If there is any grievance that you find out, if there is no grievance, you fill up satisfactory evaluation form. If there is a grievance with respect to totaling of marks or marks not being awarded to any particular question, then you have to fill up a evaluation grievance form. That would be taken care of. Suppose if you have any grievance with respect to wrong evaluation, or you expected 4, but the marks given is only 2 marks, then you can apply for challenge evaluation. Okay. If you want to apply for challenge evaluation, you will have to fill a challenge evaluation form and pay the prescribed fees. What is challenge evaluation? Who can apply? Any student who is not happy with the type of evaluation that is being done, you can apply for challenge evaluation. How to apply? You have to pay the prescribed fee, fill the challenge evaluation form, and submit it in person before the last date mentioned. Applications received after the last date and applications not duly signed and submitted by the person seeking challenge evaluation will not be considered. What is the process? 2 examiners will jointly evaluate such scripts, whoever has applied for challenge evaluation. Only those questions which a student has applied for evaluation would be able not to complete the script. Say, for example, if you have problem in question number 3 and question number 4, you say, I should have got more marks in question number 3 and question number 4. Only those questions would be evaluated once again in the challenge evaluation. And please note, this is important. If you apply for challenge evaluation, if you have an improvement in marks, good, that would be considered. In case, if the marks falls below your first marks, whatever you had got, the marks that is given to you is awarded to you after challenge evaluation would be considered. So when you challenge evaluation, whatever marks is awarded after challenge evaluation would be your final marks. Then there is no scope for any review or appeal over and above this result. Now, vertical progression. What is vertical progression? The criteria to decide who can move from first year to second year. Okay, so all students cannot go to second year. All students cannot go to third year. There is a certain criteria to decide who is eligible to go to second year from first year. The criteria is, if you want to move to second year, students having not more than 4 F grades, excluding mandatory non-credit course, in the first 2 semesters of the first year, they are eligible. Say, that is, from the first year, you should not have more than 4 F grades. Then you are eligible to go to second year. Say by chance, if you have 5 subjects for which you are awarded 5 F grade, then you are not eligible to move to second year. 1 subject, 2 subjects, 3 subjects, 4 subjects failed, fine. But if you have failed in 5 subjects, more than 4, then you are not eligible to move to second year. Likewise, the eligibility to move to third year is also the same. You should not have more than 4 F grades, excluding mandatory non-credit courses. Okay. There is one more condition. If you want to move to fourth year, final year, the criteria says students who have earned all the prescribed credits of first year, that is, you should have completed all the course of first year, and having not more than 4 F grades in the 4 semesters of second and third year of the program are eligible. Let me give you a clarity on this. If you want to go to your first year of engineering, you should not have any backlogs of first year. You should have cleared all the subjects. In the second year and third year, from the second year and third year put together, you should not have more than 4 backlogs. If you have more than 4 backlogs, then you are not eligible. The different cases are, say, assuming that you do not have any, you want to enter into 7th semester now, you have only 1 backlog, that is from first semester course, but all other subjects you have cleared, but still you are not eligible to move to 4th year because you have not completed all the courses of first year. Okay, so this is the criteria for vertical progression from one year to other. The last slide, award of degree. What is the eligibility for the award of degree? Any student, all students who secure the required credits of 175, you should have earned at 175 credits, you are eligible. You should have secured a CGPA greater than or equal to 5. At the end of the 8th semester, your CGPA should be more than 5. Only then you will be awarded a degree. If not, you will not be awarded a degree. Should not have any transitional grades in any course after 8 semesters. Should have passed in all mandatory non-credit courses at the end of 8th semester. Should not have any dues to the institute. Should not have any pending disciplinary actions. And last point is, you should have acquired the prescribed AICT activity points. What is AICT activity points would be explained to you later. There are certain points that you need to acquire based on your social work that you do. What is that social work? How do we do it? When do you do it? Everything will be explained. For each of that work that you do, you will be given certain points. So those points that you need to acquire, I believe it is 100 points to complete the degree. If you have acquired 100 points, then you become eligible for the award of degree. So this is the regulations. I have taken more time, but I still say this is not completely comprehensive. There are so many things that you need to look at. My advice, my suggestion to all the students, please go to the document sentence by sentence, word by word, which is already posted in the college website. Okay. And in next 2 minutes, I'll just take up the questions that you have asked. There are a lot of questions on Kannada. I believe it is from those students who do not know the Kannada language. I understand your apprehension, so you don't have to worry. We will conduct test. Okay, we will conduct test for the Kannada language also. If you do not know Kannada language, we will teach you alphabets. Don't worry. And the examination or test would not be that difficult. Okay, you can aramse clear those subjects without any worry. Okay, the syllabus is already minimized. The Kannada syllabus for those students who do not know Kannada language is already minimized. You only have the basics of that language. So you should take pride in having learned one more language. Okay, you can boast of saying that I know a language, I know an additional regional language. Okay, so don't worry, don't have any apprehension. It would be, the syllabus is very minimal, only basics you would know. All the tests would also not be very aggressive or would not be very difficult. You can easily pass those subjects. Okay, and one of you said how to register to a course. See, when the classes start from the next semester, we will let you know how to register. See, there is a platform which we are using it. We have a software. All students will have to register for all the courses of first semester by just clicking a button. How to click a button, how to register that, when to register it, everything would be explained. But this registration process, you will have to complete the registration process in every semester in the beginning first week. In every semester, because now you are joined now, the first week is occupied for induction program. Once you come to the campus or once the classes starts, we will let you know how to register, when to register. And from the second semester onwards, we will give you a timetable. You would have already practiced how to register in first semester. Then it becomes very easy for you to register for all the courses. Okay. What are MNC courses? So one of you asked, what are MNC courses? MNC stands for mandatory non-credit courses. Okay. So in our curriculum, all the courses have credit, except few courses for which there is no credit given to you. Now, those courses, we feel it is important. It is important. A student should know those courses, should have a knowledge on those courses. But credit cannot be given. We have a limitation. There are only 175 credits that we can give. There is a limitation on the credits. So we don't give any credits to that, but we teach that subject. We make the students to study that subject and just clear that subject. We have to just obtain the minimum passing marks and pass it. All right. You will not be given any, see, whether you score 49 or 48 or 20, it doesn't matter. You will have to score that minimum marks to have passed that subject. By saying so, I'm not telling you that please neglect the subject. No, it is important. If you neglect and fail in that particular subject, you will not be awarded a degree until and unless you complete that degree. Until and unless you pass complete that particular course, you will not be awarded a degree. So such courses are called as mandatory non-credit courses. No credit, but mandatorily you'll have to complete that before you pass out of this institution. Okay. And the one more question is autonomous syllabus easy? There's nothing called as easy syllabus and difficult syllabus. It all depends on you, depends on how you take it. Okay, syllabus is easy. I told you earlier, no, you need to focus. You need to be committed. Hard work is required. Any syllabus would become extremely easy for you. It would be a cakewalk. You can clear all these courses without any difficulty. All right, but those mantras you need to follow. Be committed, be focused, work hard. What will past student do in, I didn't get a question there. There is one question which says, what will past student do in third semester? A past student doing, okay, supplement, probably you're talking about supplementary semester. If you have passed in all the courses, first semester, second semester, you have passed in all the courses. In supplementary semester, you would be engaged in doing some skill enhancement works. Okay. It's something like a vacation, but when I say vacation, you would not be let free. You would utilize that time for building your skills, maybe your communication skills or your placement, whatever skills that are required for placements, you'll be engaged in that work. But those students who have failed, they would be busy attending supplementary semester, studying that subject once again. Okay. Sir, is exam fee extra it is extra. You will have to pay it, but I believe you have already paid it. We have already collected the examination fee when you got admitted to the college. So later we do not again call for any examination fee. Of course, you have to pay examination fees, but it's already collected. If you withdraw a course attending supplementary semester, will course marks appears as repeater? That's a good question. If you withdraw from a course, or if you fail in a course, you would appear in supplementary semester. For supplementary semester, you would have a separate grade card. Whenever you show to any recruiter saying that this is a grade card on supplementary semester, it is an indication that student has cleared the subject in the second attempt. That is always negative on a student. So my sincere advice, don't take any course to a supplementary semester. When you have a supplementary semester grade card, that itself is a negative remark on the particular student. It is a reflection on attempt or third attempt or fourth attempt. Okay, so that is the impending difficulty or the what do you say, negativity of clearing a course in supplementary semester. There is one question, it says, what is dropping a course? See, dropping a course, say for example, after semester 1, if the mentor feels that the student is having a difficulty in finishing the subject, you would be allowed to drop a course. It is as good as not registering for a course. If you drop a course, say for example, mathematics I'm just taking an example. I don't say mathematics is difficult. In mathematics, you do not do well in your first test. You feel that no, it is a burden for me. I want to drop this course. I don't want to take the examination. Okay. But when you take that examination, you'll have to register in supplementary semester. But I told you what is the difficulty, what is the problem if you register in supplementary semester. You might clear that in supplementary semester, but it will always have a tag saying that this is clear, this particular subject is cleared in supplementary semester. So not advisable. There is an option. It should be carefully exercised. You will have to use that option very carefully. See, any flexibility, anything that you have here will have an impending result. Any course that is taken to supplementary semester, I said it has a negative point. Please keep that in mind. Sir, why should we pay fees just to check our answer book? There is a reason. See, we know it is your answer book, but if you do not collect any fees, everybody would come and make a beeline saying that I want to see, I want to see. It becomes logistically a difficult task to handle at the Office of COE examination. So that fee would be only a minimal fee, or it would not be a burden on any student, just to make those students who are really serious, who really find that there is a grievance, only such students come and apply. That is the reason why we collect fees. And there is something that goes at the background also. No, we are depending on a software now, automation software. We need to pay that particular person to fetch that answer booklet and give it to you as an email. So there is certain logistical problem that we have, certain expenses that we also incur just to meet those expenses and just make only a serious student to apply. We collect a nominal fee. Who will set examination question paper? Our lecturers or others from outside? Okay, why are you worried so much about the setting of question paper? Anyway, so we have a policy. We have question papers set both from the internal examiner and from the external examiner. We do not know which paper would finally come to you on the day of examination. Maybe the external examiner paper or the internal examiner paper. We have 50% weightage. So there is all probability that there is 50% of probability that you might get a question from the external examiner also. So that is a thing that we are following. If you maintain a CGPA greater than 9, can we change course in second semester? It is not in second semester, it should be in second year. Okay, you can change provided there is a vacancy, clear vacancy in that particular branch which you want to select. Say, for example, you are in mechanical engineering, you want to move to computer science and engineering. Your CGPA is 9. Let us say there is 2 vacancies in computer science engineering. There are 2 vacancies. Okay, many students apply. There is a student with a CGPA of 9.5. There's a student with CGPA of 9.2. Then you are not given a chance, because there are 2 more students who have performed better than you. So this change of branch is purely on the merit basis, subject to vacancies. If there are vacancies, only then we can give a change of branch. If there is no vacancy, the change of branch cannot be given. If at all, if you want to give the change of branch, it is purely on the merit basis. Okay. The next question: if marks are awarded after reevaluation, will fee be refunded? It depends. We will let you know that later, whether we would refund the fees. If there is some criteria that we need to follow, we'll let you know later. Sir, when will be the first sem examinations? We are working out on the calendar, probably tentatively in the month of February or March. I'm not sure. Let me not commit now. We will let you know. The calendar of events will be released very shortly. You will know when will you have the first sem examination. But there is not too much of time. So be on your toes now to complete your first semester. Okay. With this, we will stop at this because I know you have a lot of questions. We can keep clarifying it in the later stages also. Okay. I extremely thank all the students for your patient hearing, and I wish you all the best for your 4 years of engineering. I want all my students to pass out this course with flying colors, have a bright future. Thank you.